The courtroom was silent, save for the rhythmic ticking of the antique clock on the wall. All eyes were fixed on the judge, who held in his hands the power to decide life or death. The defendant, a man whose crimes had shocked the nation, stared blankly ahead, seemingly resigned to his fate. Whispers of his heinous acts had spread like wildfire, leaving a trail of fear and outrage. In a world where justice often felt elusive, this case had become a litmus test for society's moral compass. Would the ultimate punishment be deemed justice served, or a step too far into the darkness? The debate over the death penalty is one of the most polarized and enduring discussions in the realm of criminal justice. This issue is laden with moral, ethical, and practical implications. Advocates and opponents alike present strong arguments, making it a contentious topic in legislative arenas and public discourse. The central thesis of this argument is that the death penalty should be introduced for very serious crimes. This position is defended through a series of compelling arguments focusing on deterrence, retribution, public safety, and economic considerations. Each point is substantiated with evidence and examples, aiming to present a thorough and persuasive case for the reintroduction of capital punishment in response to the gravest offenses. Deterrence effect. One of the primary arguments in favor of the death penalty is its potential deterrent effect. Proponents assert that the existence of capital punishment can discourage individuals from committing heinous crimes due to the fear of facing the ultimate punishment. Empirical evidence. Numerous studies and statistical analyses support the notion that the death penalty acts as a deterrent. For instance, research conducted by Isaac Ehrlich in the 1970s indicated that each execution of a convicted murderer resulted in 7 to 8 fewer homicides. More recent studies have corroborated these findings. A comprehensive review by professors from Emory University, titled "Deterrence and the Death Penalty," concluded that each execution results in an average of 18 fewer murders. Although these findings are debated, the potential for a significant deterrent effect cannot be ignored. Rational choice theory. Rational choice theory posits that individuals weigh the costs and benefits before engaging in criminal behavior. The death penalty, as the most severe form of punishment, increases the perceived costs of committing capital crimes, thereby dissuading individuals from such actions. In this framework, the death penalty serves as a powerful tool in the prevention of future crimes, ultimately saving lives. Retribution and justice. Retribution is a foundational principle of many justice systems around the world. It is based on the idea that punishment should be proportionate to the crime committed. Moral imperative. The moral argument for retribution holds that individuals who commit the most egregious offenses forfeit their right to live. Crimes such as premeditated murder, acts of terrorism, and large-scale atrocities warrant the ultimate punishment as a matter of justice. By enforcing the death penalty, society affirms the value of innocent lives and the moral order. Victims' rights. The concept of retribution also respects the rights of victims and their families. It acknowledges their suffering and provides a sense of closure. Families of victims often experience profound trauma and loss. The execution of the perpetrator can offer a measure of solace, knowing that justice has been served. The notion of an eye for an eye is deeply ingrained in many cultures, and the death penalty satisfies this need for justice and retribution. Public safety. Another crucial argument in favor of the death penalty is the enhancement of public safety. The execution of dangerous criminals ensures that they cannot reoffend, thereby protecting society from future harm. Preventing recidivism. Life imprisonment, while severe, does not entirely eliminate the risk of recidivism. Prisoners may escape, be released on parole, or continue to exert influence over criminal activities from within prison walls. The death penalty, by definitively removing the threat, eliminates any possibility of the offender committing further crimes. Deterring violent crime in prisons. The death penalty also acts as a deterrent against violent crime within the prison system. Inmates serving life sentences may feel they have nothing to lose, leading to violent behavior towards guards and fellow inmates. The threat of capital punishment can act as a deterrent, maintaining order and safety within correctional facilities. Economic considerations. While the economic argument might seem secondary to moral and safety concerns, it is nonetheless significant. Cost of life imprisonment. Life imprisonment without parole is an expensive endeavor. The costs associated with housing, feeding, and providing medical care for inmates over their lifetime can be substantial. In contrast, while the death penalty incurs significant legal costs, these expenses can be managed through streamlined processes and limited appeals, potentially making it a more cost-effective solution for dealing with the most dangerous criminals. Allocation of resources. Resources expended on maintaining lifelong inmates could be redirected to other areas of the criminal justice system, such as crime prevention, rehabilitation programs, and support for victims' families. By introducing the death penalty for the most serious crimes, society can better allocate its resources to enhance overall public safety and justice. Addressing common objections. Risk of wrongful execution. One of the most potent arguments against the death penalty is the risk of wrongful execution. Critics argue that the irreversible nature of capital punishment means that an innocent person could be executed. However, advancements in forensic science, DNA testing, and legal procedures have significantly reduced this risk. Moreover, stringent legal safeguards, including multiple levels of appeals and thorough judicial review, can further minimize the possibility of wrongful convictions. Moral and ethical concerns. Opponents often cite moral and ethical concerns, arguing that the state should not engage in the taking of life. However, this perspective must be balanced against the moral imperative to protect innocent lives and deliver justice for the gravest offenses. The death penalty, when applied judiciously and fairly, serves the higher ethical goal of safeguarding society and upholding the sanctity of human life. International perspectives. While it is true that many countries have abolished the death penalty, others continue to employ it effectively. Nations such as the United States, Japan, and India maintain capital punishment for serious crimes, reflecting their society's values and legal traditions. The decision to implement the death penalty should be made based on a country's unique legal, cultural, and societal context, rather than conforming to international trends. Conclusion. The reintroduction of the death penalty for very serious crimes is a position supported by a combination of deterrence, retributive justice, public safety, and economic efficiency. While acknowledging the concerns of opponents, the arguments presented demonstrate that capital punishment, when applied with stringent safeguards and fairness, can serve as a powerful tool in the criminal justice system. It offers a means of protecting society, delivering justice for victims, and upholding the moral order. Therefore, the death penalty should be considered a viable and necessary option for dealing with the most heinous offenses.